Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Weekly Nerd Podcast. Today we have Tony Kaz.
Yo, yo.
We have David Drucker.
Hey, guys.
I am Sam Brush. What up? And we have Zach Abbiati. I just burped a little bit. I'm sorry. Zach Abbiati.
I hope it smells like it tastes.
And special guest this week. We like to bring you a special guest every once in a while. We have Dante Pinto Beans.
Thank you.
How do you say your last name?
Pinocchio.
Pinot. Dante Pinot, who right off the top, let's mention this, does a couple of podcasts as well. Let's get contextual. Where the I'm going to let you explain them real quick. 30 seconds to a minute. Give us your two.
So we do Let's Get Contextual, where we talk about movies and TV shows and characters. We do character reviews as well. And then I run Play D&D, where we take characters from movies and TV shows and use them in D&D. So I recently did Guardians of the Galaxy and Gotham, and so
nice.
do those
Both
two.
Found on Spotify?
Yes, they're all both of them are on Spotify, Google Play, and iTunes.
There you go. Look him up. He does some great stuff. I listen to Let's Get Contextual. Solid. I like it.
Thank you.
So we've got Tony does as well. Drucker doesn't listen to anything, and Zach is on some of them. So
I'm on contextual.
He's frequently on contextual, and he's on Play D&D as Drax in the Guardians campaign.
Yep.
So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Did it go over your head, or did you catch it?
So
Were
anyway,
you invisible most of the time?
He was moving so slowly.
Just a little tease. There was a lot of Drax jumping onto ships as
it was
they were
awesome.
flying.
I started off by playing Drax like Rocket. I'm like trying to like create things, and they just like, dude, your intelligence is like 4. You can't.
Yeah, there's a lot of Drax jumping on ships and just punching them.
But that's totally something Drax would do.
Yeah,
though.
absolutely. Yeah,
Would totally jump on ships and stab them and punch them and
works.
stuff. But we've got a jam-packed show for you today. We don't have one main necessarily topic that we're going off with today. We've got 5 or 6 really things that if we get into all of them, we get into all of them. If we get into a couple of them, we get into a couple of them. Yesterday, so we have a Facebook message group that we message in, obviously, and we were like, hey, what's our topic for tomorrow? And everyone was just kind of like, well, we could talk about this, or this, or this. And then Zach randomly yelled, because I said boo. That was his only contribution to what we were talking about today.
The whole conversation. I'm watching the whole conversation. And I don't say a word, and then he messages boo, and I say, and then I just leave.
And then he was just gone. He was just gone.
Well done.
Let's talk about this first. I'm trying to find the actual thing.
Well, let's talk about this. The Avengers trailer has been not necessarily revealed, but it's rumored to be following this week.
Yeah, tomorrow maybe.
Here's
Possibly
the dealio.
Tomorrow, probably Thursday. I don't really know.
Why? Let's be honest. If they never give us a trailer, if the only thing we get is a 30-second teaser with the title, are any of us not going to go?
I think I agree with you, except that it's not just people like us that go. It's
everybody that saw the first that saw Infinity War is going to go see this.
I agree. There's people that don't know that's coming out or when it's coming out.
Yeah, the trailer is to add on to those people.
Well,
so
right, but if in this 30-second spot you get the name and the release date, which has been released. We know the release date already, but the name and the release date.
Although the release date might be confirmed to have moved.
That's true.
That comes out.
But what more do they really need to do? The people that are going to go see this movie are going to go see it regardless of what comes out. Now, I'm not saying I don't want a trailer. I want a trailer.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But, we've been talking about this for months now of, they've got to come out with a trailer soon. They got to come out with a trailer soon.
The only thing they've confirmed is it's coming out by the end of the year. They have confirmed by the end of the year we will have one.
I think, personally, it's probably just going to be a minute, and I think you get the title. Mm-hmm. I think you get a couple quick shots of, Cap and Iron Man and Thor and Black Widow, just quick snippets of them not doing anything.
And then 45 seconds of Thanos farming.
That's not even farming. Playing Farmville from 10 years ago on Facebook.
Snapping as he goes along. Being like, hey, what's up, guys?
There's just music playing in the background.
Yeah.
Snapping.
But do you guys agree with that? Do you think we will get I'll call it a real trailer where we get to see some plot or a little bit of action?
Not until Captain Marvel drops.
Not until Captain Marvel.
I think we get a real trailer.
Is that coming out?
After Captain
Marvel?
Yeah, it was a huge thing in October or September or something like that, and then Nothing.
I think it's purposeful.
Today they just posted a motion poster that said it's 100 days till it comes out.
I've called Marvel multiple times and nobody's ever answered.
I do think they're going to start moving forward with that.
Feige?
I tried. He won't.
We have salads every Tuesday. Yeah,
I hope it's not romaine lettuce.
Topical.
I do think we get a
it's around every corner too.
And here's the question: do you want something like that? Do you want a 1.5-minute trailer, not a 5-minute like Aquaman did? I don't want that, but a 1.5-minute, 2-minute trailer for this movie.
Let's start off with our campaign for a 15-minute trailer just to piss you off.
A 15-minute Aquaman trailer.
No, but it's not anything. It's literally just 15 minutes of them just sitting there eating shawarma.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's it.
And the end is
I want to see Thanos farm.
Yeah.
I want to see Thanos farm. I want to, he's like working on beets or something like that. He's like, oh, they're not ripe enough. You know?
They're not ripe enough yet, but I leave them there. But for real, do you want a 1.5-minute, 2-minute trailer?
Not really.
No.
We don't.
You'd rather be kept in that suspense,
and
we're going to be kept in suspense either way, even if they release a trailer like that. I think I told Drucker, we were sitting watching the girls' basketball game here at the school, and I said I think they're being so careful with this title because I think the title is going to reveal some of the plot. Kind of like how with Captain America Winter Soldier, they kept that title under wraps for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because everyone knew. Now, it has come out, Feige and the Russo brothers and stuff have said that this story is not a comic book story. You can't find it in one of the comic books. But I said, what if the title is something, and this isn't something that I think it will be, but even if it's something like Infinity War Out of Time.
Yeah.
And you go,
Avengers 4,
they're going to be using time travel. Even something like that, I think they want to keep that hidden.
Avengers 4, Thanos dies at the end.
That's the name of the movie. That's the name of the movie. Avengers 4, they end up winning. It's all okay.
I love it. Avengers 4, Spider-Man's back. Doctor Strange. Just name every single character that's back.
They're not actually dead. They had sequels. You already knew this.
It actually goes into the Spider-Verse.
That's it. That's the movie.
Actually, speaking of the Spider-Verse, I do think we get a Spider-Man trailer for that.
Far From Home.
Remember, Sony does the marketing for Spider-Man, and this is a Sony movie. And I'm thinking it's likely we do get a Spider-Man trailer attached to Spider-Verse.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Because it's not a Disney marketing.
That's
Disney
true.
produced it, but Sony does the marketing.
Which means we'll get 75 minutes of.
We'll get like a 15-minute like end credits like after Venom or like after.
And it'll just be the first. It'll be the first half hour of Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, guys, we did it. We did marketing.
It wouldn't.
Or like
it wouldn't
after
be
Spider-Man.
Yeah, they're all patting each other on the back. They're like, yeah, you go!
It's the major fight scene in the movie is the trailer, and everybody was just like, what?
And then Spider-Man turns to the camera and goes, Vulture dies at the end of this one. And then cuts the black.
And everyone's just
It'll
like,
be
what the heck, man?
it'll be the Stan Lee cameo. He's just watching the trailer, and we just spend 2 minutes
my
watching
heart.
Stan Lee watch the trailer.
That would be tearful.
And at the end, he clutches his heart.
Stop it.
And there's a moment, and then it cuts to black.
That's terrible.
Well,
You're a
while
horrible
we're
human
on the
being.
topic,
It's in the middle.
While
While
we're on the topic
of trailers, what have you guys thought of the recent stream of Disney trailers coming out the past month?
Month plus, really,
Yeah,
a little bit
really.
more than that. You've got Aladdin. You've got
Toy
Story 4,
Lion King.
a Lion King,
Dumbo.
Dumbo. Don't talk.
Artemis
Artemis
Fowl.
Fowl.
Jerk.
Artemis Fowl.
Artemis Fowl. That's about a bird, right?
The Hobbit 4.
Stop it. Shut up. Go home. I will say this. About all of them, I don't care as much, but The Lion King was literally a shot-for-shot
So was Aladdin, I think.
remake. Aladdin was as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, especially Lion King looked incredible. Like, that looked very nice.
Right.
But I did not like the fact that it was just shot-for-shot. I was like, give me a little bit more creativity. Don't remake the movie like Jungle Book. The live-action movie was vastly different
It was
from the...
too different, yeah.
But I'm like, give me something more. I viewed it, I said this in our page, I viewed it as laziness. And I know they're trying to grab at our nostalgia, and you better believe that I'm going to shed tears when Mufasa dies.
The
But
thing is,
like,
you
it's
could've-
just laziness.
The thing is, you still could have had shots in your trailer that bring back the nostalgia, but while making a new trailer.
Yeah,
You could have still had the ending shot, like Simba being lifted up or something like that.
Yes.
Like, you
And
could have
then
had that.
He's lifted up and then thrown off the cliff. Hamlet!
Please show me Pumbaa in this trailer. Show me Pumbaa with an apple in his mouth with Timon dancing around
You
him.
could have had
I'm
an
in for
iconic
that.
scene like that. Like an iconic scene.
Like an
like
iconic
that
scene
as
like
the
Pumbaa
end.
with an apple in its mouth.
Singing Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
See, I think the problem is they're trying to pull them into nostalgia, and it didn't work. But if they had done something new, people would have also been. mad.
Oh yeah.
So like,
Right.
it's kind of like Star Wars, where there's no good thing. Like, everyone's gonna be mad. It doesn't matter. Like, I think overall, the point is, it looks really good, and we have no idea what the story is like. So
yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree.
Because
we're still on topic. Because we're still on topic. So
I'm not. I'm a cat who saw something at the edge of a table, so I had to knock it off.
Now, to be honest here, the whole Disney universe is not necessarily they've based movies off previous, Disney franchises.
Sure.
They've made The Jungle Book into 3 different live adaptations.
Right.
Did Disney do all of those?
Yeah.
Okay, because I know
I only know of one. What are the other 2?
I only know of the
two
classic animated.
2 Jungle Books
And
one Mowgli movie.
Well,
I only know.
Mowgli isn't
I got you. Okay.
Well, but still based on the Mowgli character
Well,
from,
just like
from Jungle Book.
usually with the classic Disney characters, you're right, they are under Disney,
Yeah.
but some of them they don't own the rights to. Like Jungle Book is technically, I think, at least in Hollywood, it's like free range because Mowgli.
It's like chickens.
Yeah,
It's public
whatever.
access.
Public
Because
yeah,
it's an
because
old book, yeah.
because it's like a classic book. So like the new Mowgli one that's on Netflix is going to be it's a Netflix original. But I think there was that really old one from like '89 or something like that.
Yeah.
That was Disney.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
What do you think of Toy Story 4? Not necessarily the trailer yet, but that they're making another one. Also, do you think Woody dies? Because I think he does. Look at the trailer and look at him in the poster that's released. Mm-hmm. It appears that he is going to not die in the sense of, he's stabbed in the heart or anything like that, but cease to exist as a toy that is alive. And the only way that really happens is if you are forgotten. And I think that that's the route that they're going.
What is this logic from?
In the lore of Toy Story, and you see this in Toy Story 2 with Jessie, and in the third one, they talk about it in parts, is that a toy ceases to be alive if they cease to be played with. That's why, why it's so important.
No, I love Toy Story. I'm disagreeing with you here because Jessie is still alive when she's forgotten in the box. She moves around and looks out as her person is leaving.
And it's not forgotten immediately. I'm talking about takes years.
Listen, because in the third movie, the bear is forgotten for like months. And he wanders
It's not an immediate thing.
For months.
It takes time. Yes, but he's not forgotten. In both instances, not in the when Jessie is underneath the bed. In the second movie, as her owner starts to grow older, but especially with Lotso, the child is distraught that she loses this bear, and so but over time, when they talk about this in the movies, over time that is how a toy ceases to be alive. Now the issue with that is, how are the toys then alive in Toy Story 2
or in 3?
Right. No, I agree that the logic doesn't make sense, but they do talk about it. You can keep backing away, but they do talk about it. I agree the logic doesn't make sense. But they do talk about it.
Unless you give me a line, I'm going to stick by that.
The line is...
I need a chapter and a verse. This isn't the Bible. For my Toy Story movie.
This isn't the Bible.
Where is your theology coming from,
it makes...
over there.
It makes sense, but I don't remember that
They
at all.
talk about that, and that's one of the other reasons that people are like, okay, with the spoon, the spork. It's not a spoon, it's a spork.
Yeah,
he screams, I shouldn't be here. There are a lot of people, I don't necessarily agree with this, I don't know yet, but that think that he's saying that because he's like, I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah,
I'm not a toy.
The theory, and I
This
don't know how
super dark.
The theory, and I don't know how confirmed this is, but the theory is that it's going to play with toy sentience because it's like what constitutes a toy,
right?
And so if you give a spork googly eyes and arms, is it a toy?
Is it a toy?
And so then he's having basically an existential crisis because
this is Toy Story.
Yes, but look at even all three of them deal with some kind of heavy issues.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's just Pixar,
right? Three was terrible. I mean, not terrible in that it was a bad movie. 3 was terrible because at the end, I'm like, they're going to die. They're about to go into this disintegrator. Yeah. It's all going to be over.
Somebody cut the movie for their mom had never seen that movie.
Geez.
So they cut it at the part where they're about to go in the fire.
That's terrible.
And just ended it.
That's terrible.
Credits.
I love it, but that's terrible.
And then they waited, and the mom was like crying. And they're like, by the way, there's more movie.
Jerks. You already said you don't want a Toy Story 4. I don't want a Toy Story 4.
Story 3
like, I will watch it, but I don't want it. It's a cash grab. What do you guys think?
I want it.
Why must you disagree with me on everything?